I want to punch somebody so bad right now. Fire this pathetic sack of shit excuse of a head coach right fucking now, Ryan Poles. You should have fired him before the season started, but like an idiot, you chose to keep him because you were close with him and you did not evaluate how terrible of a head coach he has been for the Chicago Bears. And oh my gosh, man, in this game, the Chicago Bears completely gave up on their head coach and also on their offensive coordinator. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears post-game reaction video, which I'll be doing, unfortunately, after every single Bears game this year. And the game is not even over right now. That's how bad this game was that I'm choosing to record my post-game reaction before the game is even over. Okay, it's currently 29-9 in the fourth quarter. The Bears just got called for a safety. All of our offensive linemen are injured right now. The ones that are in are complete dog shit. They've been so bad this entire game. Like, this is not an NFL caliber offensive line right now. And man, Caleb has stood no chance in this game. It really sucks to see that yet again, the Chicago Bears are ruining the development of a very talented young quarterback, and Caleb is by far the most talented that we have had, and even he is struggling right now with how terrible of a coaching staff we have, with how bad our offensive line is at this point in time. And make no mistake about it, guys, like, Caleb also has his fair share of flaws. Like, he has had a lot of ups and downs during his rookie year. Sometimes he's holding on to the football too long. Sometimes he's not making the proper decision fast enough. But this team is not helping him out in the slightest, okay? Even with all the fantastic weapons that we have, it does not matter because the O-line is that bad. The play calling is that bad. Shane Waldron, man, was a horrible hire by Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles, at least at this point in time, because this offense cannot do anything against defenses that are even average, okay? Against the Panthers and Jaguars, bottom of the league defenses, we could finally move the ball against those teams, but the Cardinals the Cardinals also are barely average, okay? They had a pretty bad defense entering this game, but they only have 9 points late into the fourth quarter. There's absolutely no cohesion, no chemistry on this offense, and it's week 9 now, okay? These issues should have been ironed out a long time ago, but still, Caleb and the receivers are not on the same page. Keenan Allen is suffering some big-time drops. He does not look anything like he looked last year with the Chargers. The offensive line, I've already talked about them so much, but they were just so bad in this game, okay? Getting bullied constantly. Every single blitz the Cardinals threw our way, we were not prepared for it whatsoever. How are these things happening in week fucking 9, Shane Waldron? Like, it is just so freaking bad, and the play calls that Shane Waldron's been making have been complete dog shit for the past couple weeks, okay? In this game, again, barely targeting Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet was a ghost in the first half. Why are you not even trying to scheme up easy looks for your big body tight end? That could have been a big factor in the first half. So overall, man, the offense was complete garbage in this game, okay? Right now, we only have 9 points. Maybe we score a little bit in garbage time, but even if we do, I don't fucking care, because against a defense that, again, struggled big time for the most part before this game, a pass rush that struggled so much before this game. They only had 15 sacks before this game. To struggle this much against that team just shows you how bad the coaching is on the offensive side of the football. And switching over to the defensive side of the football, the Bears finally broke their record of allowing less than 21 points in a game. I think we had like 12 straight games of that record existing, and now it blew up in flames because we allowed 21 the first half. The end of the first half run that we allowed to DeMarcado was so fucking pathetic, okay? And the fact that that keeps on happening, that we keep on falling apart at the end of first half, at the end of games, just shows you how piss poor the coaching is on this team. At some point, it's not only on the players, it's got to be on the coaching staff too, okay? Matt Eberflus always blames execution, but again, if this keeps on happening every other game, every single season, is that only on the players? I don't think so. We have a lot of talent on this defense, and it seemed like they completely gave up on their coach in this game, which, again, I don't entirely blame them, because the coach during the last week deflected all accountability towards the players until later in the week when he finally said something to the media like, oh, I do accept some share of blame, but he probably only said that because Ryan Poles or Kevin Warren or the Bears PR, told them to say that, right? Like, Matt Eberflus is a coward when it comes to blaming himself. He has to be begged basically to blame himself, even though at this point he is by far the problem with the Chicago Bears as a team. The Chicago Bears team has way too much talent to be playing at the level they're playing at, okay? To be 4-4 now after this game, okay? We had some easy games that we choked away. The game against the Colts, the game against the Commanders wasn't easy, but we had that game won until a choke at the last second. This game against the Cardinals was the final straw, basically, that told me this team gave up on their head coach. The Bears had a rough week last week. There were so many questions from the media after a very devastating loss. There was a little bit of infighting with players, blaming the coaching staff not taking full accountability. So the way the Bears bounced back after that devastating loss would show you what type of team the Bears are. And clearly the Bears are a pathetic excuse of a football team right now because, in my opinion, of how terrible the coaching staff is. I think with any other coaching staff, like a Ben Johnson, who we could have hired in the offseason, maybe even a Jim Harbaugh, like, honestly, so many other options would have been better than what Matt Eberflus has been for this team, because Matt Eberflus, plain and simple, is not an NFL level head coach. At this point, I don't know what to say about Ryan Poles, because even though I really like a lot of the things that he did, and obviously making that trade for the #1 pick and really, robbing the Panthers, like, he did a lot of good things for this team, but again, the offensive line is still complete shit, and he chose to keep Matt Eberflus here, even though he could have fired him last year and moved on if he really wanted to. So Ryan Poles has to take a lot of accountability too, and if he does not move on from Matt Eberflus at the end of this year, he needs to be fired too, okay? I think obviously at this point Eberflus is going to be gone. I don't think even Ryan Poles will want to keep him at this point in time, and honestly any serious organization would fire him the very next day, okay? So if we were actually a good organization, Eberflus would not even be here tomorrow, but clearly I know that's not going to happen because of McCaskey's never fire in season. So we're going to be stuck with him for the rest of the season. We're probably going to beat the Patriots because the Patriots are a very bad football team, but after that, we have tough games basically every single week. How are we even going to compete against the rest of the division when our coaching staff is this fucking pathetic? So it just really, really sucks because, again, a lot of Bears fans were so optimistic going into this year, but we should have known better, okay? It's the same old Chicago Bears, and unless things change eventually, unless we luck into the right hire next time around, it's going to be the same cycle every single season. Leave your comments down below, and there's no way in hell I'm saying bear down today. Fuck this team.